All right, here we are, the T.Ray YouTube channel live stream here in Dayton, Ohio, as we come out with 6 of the biggest, baddest monsters on the face of the planet here in Monster Jam in Dayton, Ohio. We got an all crush car course here tonight in the concrete floor, Trent. This is a tight little arena, but these guys know how to throw it down in these small little spaces.
Yeah, it's definitely a driver's course at best. And it's really going to take all these guys, all their might, to really come out here and hit these cars hard and put on a good show for these fans.
Like I said, we have 6 of the biggest trucks and drivers in the world, as we have one lady in the field with the 6 guys trying to take the competition wins here tonight, as we have Captain's Curse with Alex Blackwell behind the wheel, Trent, followed by Scar the Bandit and Don Cretan.
Wheelie competition is definitely one of those ones that you look for, and it's just really crazy, man, because they always stand up straight up and down. Especially with raw cars, man, that's an entertaining thing to see.
Absolutely, as we now get Captain's Curse ready to rock and roll for the wheelie contest here tonight. He will be first out, and he's going to show us how it's done. He gets fresh cars, Trent. Some drivers think that's an advantage, and some think it's a little worse for wear on the truck. So let's see what Alex Blackwell can bring out here right now in Captain's Curse, the beautiful back in black version. This thing's never looked better.
And, ever since they put the black paint scheme on this truck, man, it's definitely popped, so to speak. Definitely looking a lot better design for the truck, and and Alex Blackwell has really been taking advantage of that. This truck turns heads, and with a driving skill such as that, his driving skill can also turn heads of a lot of these fans here. A nice sky blue to start out, and here we go, a second one straight up and down, not too bad at all. Alex Blackwell completes both of his wheelie hits.
Both wheelie hits are in the books for Captain's Curse as he goes back into the tunnel. Now got a 7 coming through. Nicely done. 2 solid hits all the way up and across the cars. A 6, a 7. Waiting on one more score from the judges. Looks like another 7's going to roll through. Oh, another 6. Another 6 actually going to go through. I thought the scorecard was flipping a little slow there, but 2 6s and a 7 for a total of 19 points for Captain's Curse to get it started here, as Scar the Bandit will now come on out for her attempt. Don Cretan, the veteran, going to show what Dayton has to offer for her in the wheelie contest.
Well, when it comes to Scarlet Bandit and Don Cretan, she's always been more of a kind of a classic showman. In wheelie competition's really one of those competitions where she shines, because all you got to do is stand that sucker straight up and down, and as we've seen in the past, Scarlet Bandit, it's known for that.
Absolutely, the beautiful piece from 2 Extreme Racing out of Tonganoxie, Kansas. It's the husband and wife team as she comes out now, and she's looking for her own overall prize. If she tops Jimmy tonight, she doesn't have to do dishes. As she clears the car's wide pipe right there, gets a nice sky blade, not too vertical with the truck, but a nice hit overall. Coming up for the second hit, gonna try to walk it across the cars, showing the Cretan horsepower. And Don Cretan gets a nice one right there. As scores are coming in chat, I don't think that's gonna beat Captain's Curse, but it was definitely a good run for Don Cretan as a 5 comes through, another comes through, and a 6. So a total of 16 will be the score for Don Cretan to get her night started in the wheelie contest.
Not a bad showing from Scarlet Bandit at all. Obviously not the kind of scores she was looking for. However, what was it, a 16, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 16, not a bad way to really kind of throw yourself out there. Not going to take the lead. However, next trick coming out is certainly going to be one to look out for.
That's right, as we have the Wild Man, the Mobster Lobster, coming out. Crustacean, Greg Witchenbat, going to come out here and see what he can do and see if he can throw his hat in the ring here in the wheelie contest to get it done. This is an old Patrick that loves to stand straight up and down, so I'm excited for this one, Trent.
Yeah, again, old Patrick stands straight up and down. There's no telling what this guy's got in store. Straight up and down, just like we said. Man, with Greg, it is no issue to get that thing up at all. That old school Patrick really loves to stand. And here he goes again. Look at that!
Oh,
Clearing the
my.
cars. Hard hit.
All the
Oh!
way. Pulls her back down to earth, Trent. What a wild hit right there for Crustacean, the beautiful blue lobster. Coming out from Maine here in Dayton, Ohio. As scores are coming in now to the chat. As an 8 comes through. A 7 and an 8. Not too bad. A 23 will put him into the lead comfortably over the 19 of Cap's Curse. As Crustacean takes the Willie contest lead so far with 3 more trucks left to go, but these are all heavy hitters coming out now. Will be the World Finals champion of freestyle himself, Jimmy Cretin and the Bounty Hunter. See if he can't one-up his wife so he doesn't have to do the dishes, and or one-up Crustacean's 23-point score as a beautiful yellow throwback body on the Bounty Hunter. Some of the biggest horsepower in the game is from this man right here. So he's going to take a different approach. He's going to go from the other side here, squish down that race lane. I like his method. He's always been a racer at heart, but this man knows how to put on a show. As here we go. Sticks it straight up and down. Little wild off the cars. Not too bad for Jim Cretin for the first hit of his contest. One more. Let's see what he can't do here. Oh, there it is. He's going to walk it across the car, shuts it right down before the wall. That's what I'm talking about. Jim Cretin might have put him in contention for the lead here. As scores are coming in now, we got another 8 coming through. A 7, waiting on one more score, and an 8. So a 23 again, he will tie Crustacean. Not too shabby here, as Crustacean and Bounty Hunter tied for the top spot with the 23 with 2 trucks left to go in the Willie contest. This is a guy right here, Trent, I've been waiting to see for a while. This is CVH, and Gravedigger number 23 going to come out and see what he can't do in Dayton. See if he can't wow the crowd here with the digger power, the headlights, the whole 9, the whole scheme. You hear the bat of the bone in the background. As Digger, it's Digger time, Trent. We can't wait any longer. Here he comes, CVH, rolling it out there. The coils, the zoomies, the Ukraines, the dual flags. This thing has all the swagger of a Gravedigger. The CVH is gonna prep the car a little bit, make sure it's still solid. So he's looking to stick this thing straight up and down on the tailgate. See what CVH has for his first hit. Oh my! He goes over. I
can't believe what we just saw.
CVH, how about it? CVH goes up, side, down, hit number one of the Willie contest. Scores are coming in now. A 5, a couple more 5s. Total of 15 for the Digger.
You died a little bit.
A tough break for there. He found that. He found the cars there, Trent. And still pretty stout as they're all cars. There's no nothing to them. As Digger finds it, sticks it straight up and down, past vertical, all the way up and over, back to the wheels.
Last but certainly not least here tonight, coming out last for wheelie competition, one we've been waiting for as well. It's time for some Max D action, some maximum destruction. Just got done celebrating its 10-year anniversary last year, now coming out here. Tom Minson, Max D is looking for something here. Coming on out, the last truck out here in Dayton. circling around, going for the jump. Nicely done from Max D. He's trying to get that wheelie he's looking for. Nicely done for the other one. Oh, straight up and down, and he was able to save it. Never mind, rolled over. Tough break from Max D, rolling up and over, but destroying the truck for you guys. The scores are coming in. Scores right now in 8, another 8. Another 8 of 24. Max D will win wheelie competition here in Dayton. Not a bad attempt here from Tom.
Tom Mentz will take the first competition of the night. He will get the 24-point score in the wheelie contest to win it. As a strong showing for the first competition, everybody here, Trent, and these guys are just getting started. Everyone's warming up. Crustacean looks good. Bounty Hunter killing the game already. GD has a little bit of cosmetics to fix as well as Max D, but going into racing, I think this thing's going to be pretty close as the first competition, or the first pair in round number 1 in racing, Trent, will be Crustacean versus Bounty Hunter.
Cookie decided to leave. Later, Cookie.
He's not spawned in yet, I don't think. Yeah.
So what's the first phrase, my friend?
Captain Skirts versus Gravedigger. Waiting for Dalton to spawn in. There he is. Side. One truck in the near lane, one truck in the far lane. Chicago style course racing here, Trent. 3 hits on the sets of cars. You finish on the one you start on. As it's a big 5 car that you have to get up and over. These cars are still stout, so these guys are going to try to keep it low and keep the momentum going. See who can't get something going here and move on to round number 2. Captain's Curse versus the Digger. We're going green light racing.
Go. And there we go. Captain Sturson starting out with a little bit of a bump compared to CVH. CVH trying to play catch up now. Struggling to hit the cars. Gravedigger is in trouble, but Captain Sturson, smooth as butter, will take the victory and move on to the next round.
Captain's Curse flying past the Digger in round number 1. That's a great race right there. CVH was trying to get a little adjusted to the concrete. Probably took a hard hit in that rollover. The truck doesn't look 100%, but he will be 100% for freestyle. We know that. As Captain's Curse will move on in the round number 2. And next up, the race of round number 1 will be Scarlet Bandit versus Max D.
Scarlet Bandit and Max D. Max D already taking a win here tonight in wheelie competition. Now he's looking to go through Miss Dawn Cretan herself into Scarlet Bandit. Both of these drivers have been around the game for a long time, but there's only one that's pretty much a 10-time world champion at this point. Tom Mentz getting into his lane, picking the yellow cars. The Scarlet Bandit's making her way out here. Dawn Cretan trying to get turned around, kind of looking at the course a little bit. Max D kind of doing the RII check, making sure the remote ignition interrupter is working. Safety first is key. And now Max D lining up to the line. Waiting on Scarlet Bandit. Their RI check is good. Lining up to the line. And both drivers look to be ready. Waiting on the green. Go! There we go. A relatively even start for both trucks. As both are taking it really tight. It's even still to the final turn. This is going to be a tough one to call. But it looks to be Max D crashing into the wall protection. Scarlet Bandit will take the win. Only by a tire tread. And now the officials are trying to get out there to make sure that Tom Mintz is okay. He's out the truck. He's A-okay. Nice. A good attempt from Tom Mintz, but unfortunately getting knocked out. Scarlet Bandit, it's good to fire back up. Make it back into the hot pits. Next, he's going to be going to the cold pits here to see what they can do to get that truck working again.
Scarlet Bandit moves on to round number 2 to beating Tom Mintz, as she looks to continue her solid night here in Dayton, Ohio, as we get ready for her husband, Jimmy Cretan and the Bounty Hunter, taking on Crustacean for the last race of round number 1. We're looking good so far here, halfway through the racing bracket for round number 1. As Crustacean and Bounty Hunter hit the line now. I just can't get over how awesome this yellow Bounty Hunter looks, man. Jimmy Cretan's done a very well job. The trucks are looking better than ever. But another truck that looks just as great as this one right here, the Mobster Lobster. Greg Richenbach from Maine brings out Crustacean, as he has a tough task here in round number 1. Racing one of the all-time greats here, Jimmy Cretan and the Bounty Hunter. But I think these guys can get it done here in Dayton, Ohio for the round-known matchup. As trucks are lined up on the line, waiting for the green. Go. Pretty solid across the line for the first hit. 2 solid turns from each. Jimmy Cretan with a slight lead, but it could go either way on the final turn. Who's it going to be? Oh, we're going to have to go to the photo finish. Photo finish coming across the line. It's going to be Jimmy Cretan and the Bounty Hunter taking the round 1 victory over Crustacean. So JC gets it done in round number 1. As for sure, that will be the fastest loser race. So now we're going to have a husband and wife matchup in round number 2. But first, Captain's Curse is going to take on Crustacean. Crustacean taking a hot lap to try to see if he can't come back into this thing. He is the fastest loser, barely edged out by Jimmy Cretan and the Bounty Hunter. But Brent, that's what you get. You know, you race all the way to the finish line, no matter how far you are ahead or how far away you are behind, because you might get a chance to bounce back here, and that's exactly what happened for the Crustacean camp as they take on Captain's Curse here in round number 2 in the semifinals, trying to get a berth to the championship race.
You know, it always goes back to that old saying, it's not over until it's over. And for Crustacean, this is definitely trying to become true, because now he finds himself still within the race, in the semifinals, but he's going up against a man who's been really fast here tonight, and that's Alex Blackwell.
Alex Blackwell in Captain's Curse has been bad fast all night, very consistent so far, but Greg had a strong pass last time out. He just got barely edged out by the Bounty Hunter. To see if he can't make it up here in round number 2 against Captain's Curse. Drivers are on the line, waiting on your green.
Go! Relatively even start there, man. Both drivers looking strong already. Captain's Curse taking it taking it tight, but Crustacean taking it wide. Oh, it's a battle to finish. Crustacean crosses the line, but up and over he goes.
Looking for the photo finish. Who's going to take home the victor? And it looks to be...
I think that was Crustacean.
Yeah, I do too. The Crustacean coming across the line, barely edging out Captain's Curse. Took a wicked hit though. Let's see if he can get back. Oh, I'm getting word from the official right now. He is done for racing. Crustacean took a hard shot. Greg getting a little tripped up coming out of the truck. Him and Tom both took hard spills in the racing competition, as Captain's Curse will move on to the finals. But who's it going to be? It's either going to be the husband or the wife. Going to come out now and see who can't get it done here in the second round. Bounty Hunter versus Scarlet Bandit. This is really for the dishes right here. They don't care about winning the whole racing competition. This is these two do not want to lose to one another. So it's going to be a pretty exciting race all the way to the finish, because this is going to be a nail biter. These two do not want to lose against each other. And Don had a great pass against Max D. Solid. As Jimmy giving her a little love tap. How about that? To the 2 Extreme camp here in round number 2, going at it. These two get the RI checks all good to go, and we are here now in Dayton, Ohio for the final match of round number 2, the semifinals. This is going to be a berth in the championship race against Captain's Curse. Both drivers are on the line, looking for the green. Go. And we are off and racing. Not too bad over the first set of cars as they come pretty even in the second set. Bounty Hunter slightly in the lead right now, opening up, but it could be anybody's game. Who's it going to be? It's going to be Jimmy Cretin and the Bounty Hunter. Going to come out with the race win over Don Cretin. Jimmy looking solid as ever in the beautiful 2 Extreme truck. The Bounty Hunter, as he gets a pretty good win right there over Don, so that means Don's going home to do the dishes. As Jimmy Cretin will face off against Captain's Curse here in the finals in Dayton, Ohio. And there they are in the center of the arena, matching off one another nose to nose. Who's pulling for the Bounty Hunter? And who's pulling for Alex Blackwell, the Captain's Curse? Somebody's got to win, somebody's got to lose. They had a tough round 1 and 2 matchup, both of them to get here tonight. And these guys are going to give it their all here in Dayton, Ohio to be the racing champion. One truck in the near lane, one truck in the far lane. Who's going to be the fastest here in Dayton, Ohio? RI checks are done. Trucks and drivers pulling up to the line. We're going green light racing. Go. Dead even across the line. What a launch from Captain's Curse though. This is going to gather it back up right now. Jimmy Cretin slightly into the lead coming into the final turn. Who's it going to be? What a finish coming across the line. We'll go to the video board replay. Who is it going to be? It's going to be Alex Blackwell and the Captain's Curse getting the edge over Jimmy Cretin and the Bounty Hunter. Insane race right there for the finals. You couldn't have asked for anything better as Alex Blackwell stays consistent all night long on the cars, and it pays off big time as he takes the racing win here in Dayton, Ohio. As we get trucks and drivers all set to go for freestyle, the officials are setting up the course now. with awesome star-studded field for freestyle here in Dayton, Ohio. We cannot wait any longer, but you're gonna have to a little bit. The 5-minute intermission break starts, so go get your hats, t-shirts, any merchandise at the merchandise stand up there on the main concourse behind section 118. Go get anything you want. The drivers will be doing autographs after the show. Go get a hat, a drink, a popcorn, whatever it may be. Go grab yourself an ice cold Coors Light as well while you're up on the main concourse. It's always a great time as tracks and everything's getting set up for freestyle here in just a moment. Ladies and gentlemen, we've reached the pinnacle of tonight's Monster Jam event here in Dayton, Ohio. This is what they came to do and what you all came here to see. Who's ready for Monster Jam Freestyle? Monster Jam freestyle is simple. There are no rules. A minute 30 on the clock. Each truck has a minute 30 time limit to do whatever it may be to please you, the fans. As Captain Scrooge gonna get it started right here, right now, with some cyclones here on the concrete. Smoke in the Ukraine as he goes up the van stack. Started off. Trent, this is going to be a great freestyle competition as Alex Blackwell is already getting hot and heavy with a nice sky wheelie over the car set.
Yeah, already storming out with a bang, but that's what you got to do when you're first in freestyle, man. You got to do something to make the rest of the field sweat. And Alex Blackwell right now putting it all on the line here in Dayton. Going for that van stack. Nicely done. Getting some nice air.
It's a big time air right there for Captain's Curse as he spins it back around. 45 seconds has elapsed in his run. As Captain's Curse, Alex Blackwell hits the van stack again with some vengeance. Get a little slappily. Oh, little sparks off the concrete. How about it? And he sets it right back down to earth to make sure he doesn't stay on that wall protection. As he has 30 seconds left. What else does Alex have for the crowd here in Dayton? Another slap with it, Trent. Tough move to do inside these arenas, but Alex is making it work.
I feel like he's personally attacking Jimmy Cretin right now and saying, hey, you're the king of slap wheelies, well, so am I tonight. I'm doing the same formula you are, man.
10 seconds left. What does Alex have left here for the freestyle competition in Captain's Curse? Another good side move right there off the car stack. 3, 2, 1. He's going to end it off right there with some nice donuts. How about it? Alex Blackwell and Captain's Curse filling time. The scores now are coming in chat. An 8 comes through. An 8. Waiting on one more final score. And an 8, so a 24. 8s across the board. A 24 for Captain's Curse to get the freestyle competition started here, Trent. Not a bad score. These guys are going to have to make something happen to get up and over that bar. Set by Alex Blackwell. Scarlet Bandit comes out as the next truck up for her freestyle run.
And, you know, 24, that's 6 points that you have to work with here to be able to take the lead. And that's not a whole lot when it comes to freestyle competition, because that already tells to be able to take that lead here in freestyle.
As she eases the truck out of the tunnel. Here we go. Dawn Cretin, Scarlet Bandit. You know this is going to be a good run, man, because she already has to go home and do the dishes, but I bet she made a third round wager with Mr. JC, Mr. Kansas in the back saying, hey, if I win freestyle out of us two, you got to do the dishes, not me. And she skies it over the car set for start her time here for freestyle.
You know, when it comes between Jimmy Cretin and Dawn Cretin, there's always a little husband and wife rivalry battle going on there. And the battle of the dishes is definitely their wage of war. And Dawn Cretin coming out here, starting off really nice, getting some huge sky wheelies. Definitely shows that these cars are still packing a good punch.
Oh yeah, these raw cars are very difficult to hit as Dawn's making it look easy though. As the true veteran she is, been driving a long time. She knows exactly how to hit these cars and get nice moves just like that. A little slap wheelie, how about the Cretin horsepower? She shows it off a little bit right there. Settles her down right before the wall, spins it nice and around. Here we go into some cyclones now. 45 seconds down for Dawn Cretin as she's spinning them. How about it? Getting rowdy on the concrete. Dawn Cretin. She continues the run with 30 seconds left in the run. 30 seconds left for Dawn Cretin and Scarlet Bandit. Gets some big time air. The biggest air of the night. Right there for Scarlet Bandit off the race lane. She's going to come and...
Lining up the
oh, she's going to back it up. Bandit spinning it around, a little slick on the concrete as she's drifting it here. Trying to show the kicking horsepower one more time, but not going to do it. Scores are going to come in. 3, 2, and 1. Right there, Dawn Cretin. Scores are coming in. We got a 6 coming through. 7 comes through. Waiting on one more final score. And another 6 coming through. 2 6s and a 7. That's going to put it right there at 19 points for Dawn Cretin and the Scarlet Bandit. Not a bad run there, but not going to take the lead away from Captain's Curse here as he still holds on to the early freestyle lead with a couple more trucks left to go here in Dayton. Let's get them ready for the Mobster Lobster. Greg Witchenbach and Crustacean are going to come out now and try to continue his night. Had a tough spill in the racing competition. Had a great wheel contest though. Tied for second place. Made it all the way to the semifinals. He was the fast loser, but came back and gave Captain's Curse everything possible that he had to try to sit there and dethrone Captain's Curse, but it was not to be as he goes up and over. He's going to come out now for freestyle, see what he got. See if he can't beat the 24 put up by Captain's Curse. Trent, what's he going to have to do? What's Greg going to have to do here in this tight little concrete arena?
Honestly, man, when it comes to Crustacean, Greg Winterbach is going to have to come out here and just lay it all on the ground. Do what he does best, man. Sky wheelies, slap wheelies, huge air, donuts. But you know, the typical Winterbach kind of combo you see.
I'm going to start first hit for Crustacean. Nicely done. Oh, just like nice. You said, Trent. Sticks it straight up and down. The signature Sky wheelies from this old Patrick Lobster. Another one cracking him off right here. I think that's going to be kind of the name of the game for his game plan. Big time off the fan stack, not afraid of this Crustacean. You guys can see right here in the corners, these guys are pushing a little bit. It's kind of difficult to turn them unless you're wide open like that, doing some nasty cyclones on the concrete. But the turning for these guys, they're going to be pushing and pulling all over this concrete as Greg airs it out over the car stack. That's what I'm talking about right there. 40 seconds down for the Lobster. Another big move right there. He's going for it, Trent.
Yeah, like I said, man, Greg's going to have to do what he does best. And that's really air this Lobster out. Oh!
A tough hit right there for the Lobster as he takes a lick and keeps on ticking. Nicely done up and over the van stack. Oh, a little one-wheel action. And Greg goes up and over with 20 seconds left on the clock. Took a shot on top of the cage. That's the second one tonight, and that's going to be a done as scores are coming in now. We have an 8, waiting on one more final score, another 8. So a 24, a tie for the lead. Imagine if he would have filled the next 20 seconds, he probably would have gotten a 30, Trent, as he ties Captain's Curse with a 24.
I tell you what, man, if they would have been able to let him keep going after that save, he would have probably gone off the rocker and we would have gotten a much bigger score. But you know what? 24 for what he did right there, not bad at all. Then we got Bounty Hunter.
Jimmy Cretin, Mr. Kansas, got to beat a score of, most importantly, a 24 to take the lead. But he also has to beat a score of a 19 because, like we said all night long, he's the guy that's putting the trailers together and stuff like that as she's doing the dishes because she's lost the last couple of times. But I don't think that's going to be the case after freestyle. Unless JC has something to say about it, the 05 freestyle champion. Mr. Kansas is going to come out here in the beautiful yellow throwback body bounty hunter. See what he can't do here in Dayton, Ohio. See if he can win it all here in freestyle. Oh my. Starts it off on the van stack, wasting no time. Jimmy Cretin going to come out here and burn it down with the fans here in Dayton. Oh, big time hit right there. Sliding it around, really hear that Cretin horsepower as Jimmy's laying on the throttle. Those awesome Hustler headers. As he spins it around a little bit, getting into some cyclones, kicking up some smoke. JC wasted no time. Early after it as 30 seconds down and a minute remains for Jimmy Cretin and the Bounty Hunter. Really hear that Cretin horsepower as he sticks it straight up and down. Gets a nice save. How about it? Jimmy Cretin. Gonna stick it up and down on the other side. Walking at one wheel. Grabbing the brakes. How about the talent showing off right there from Jimmy Cretin? He won the 05 Freestyle Championship because he earned it. It was not a fluke as he's burning it down here in Dayton, Ohio as the minute down and then 30 seconds remain. As he goes to the tailgate. How about it? Alex Blackwell, eat your heart out. As JC puts one down for the ages here. got a run going as he airs it out one more time. Jimmy Creighton to the bounty hunter. Upset that he lost racing. Has 10 seconds left. Oh my goodness. He airs it out. Jimmy Creighton rolling all the way to the corner. A couple seconds left. Time for one more final move. And that is going to be it right there. That is time for Jimmy Creighton coming across right now. As a 9 comes through, another 9 comes through. Waiting on one more final score for Jimmy Creighton. Throwing it down here in Dayton, Ohio. And an 8 comes through. 2 9s and an 8. So a 26-point score for Jimmy Creighton as he will take the lead. And for sure, Don is doing dishes tonight as Bounty Hunter throws it down. A classic JC run to take the lead with 2 trucks left to go here in freestyle. Dayton, Ohio, do you want more?
I think you're missing something there, Dawson. It's not just Dayton, Ohio. T.Ray chat, do you want more?
Where you hear the bat of the bone in the background. The red headlights in the tunnel. Here he comes, CVH in the Gravedigger. He's had a tough night so far, but he's making sure the luxury will turn around right now for the Dayton, Ohio Digger fan. Doing a little parade lap, showing Digger still 100% in one piece. As he's gonna burn it down here, Digger style. Here we come, CVH drifting it. Listen to the zoomy sing. Oh, wasted
nice.
No time, smacking the van stack Trent.
Yeah, you know, he's been sitting down there. They've been talking him down. He's just kind of in the hot pits, just watching these guys go, and he's like, I gotta do better than what I'm doing.
Oh,
and he's doing exactly that right now. He's gotten the talking to. He's mentally prepared himself, and we're gonna see a true CVH Digger run.
nice momentum so far. 30 seconds down and a minute remains for Carl Van Horn and Gravedigger 23. Nicely done with wicked slap Willie or Sky Willie right there. Excuse me, slinging this thing around. You're hearing the zoomy pipe sing on the Digger as he is laying into the van stack, man. Trent, he is burning it down.
Burning it down is, to say the least, man. CVH is putting it all on the line here in Gravedigger. And there we go. Why not Arena Show Concrete? Get into the spin cycle.
Absolutely. Digger donuts as the fans go wild here in Dayton, Ohio. Has 20 seconds left for Gravedigger. Takes a big hit and he's upside down. And he's on his lid. 15 seconds left on the clock as Digger goes upside down and gets rowdy. Has 9s all the way across the board of 27 by 1 point. CVH will take the freestyle lead. And how about that, Trent? He absolutely burned it down. Digger style. Came in when he needed to. And showed everybody here in Dayton, Ohio that CVH is one of the all-time greats.
You know, that's tough to beat. It shows that the fans and the judges alike, you know, they liked what they saw there. 1 point over Bounty Hunter. But, you know, Bounty Hunter was missing what Gravedigger had, and that was that ragged edge. But now, speaking of ragged edge, there's one more, ladies and gentlemen. And that's Tom Mintz in the Max D, who's looking for a double down. Just like CVH, he's been out there kind of watching all these other drivers attack this track. And obviously all the cars have been getting a beating here tonight. So now Tom Mintz still going to get quite the bump. He's got to drive a little harder than the rest of them. It's a minute, right?
Minute 30.
Minute 30. A minute 30 will start on the clock when Tom Mintz is ready to go. Hyping up the crowd here in Dayton, Ohio, as only Tom Mintz would. Put your ones up. And there we go. Time starts here with some sick air from Tom. Already starting out with a bang. He's looking to take that lead from Gravedigger. And we know for sure it's not going to be any easy task, but if anyone's going to do it, it's going to be Tom Mintz and the Max D, who's already started out pretty nicely. Another nice hit from Max D. Turning that truck around, drifting it, really putting some smoke here in the arena. Some huge air off the on the van stack. Oh, here we go. The spin cycle, the Mintz little cyclone. Some sick air off the backside of the van stack. And this is only the tip of the iceberg. I know Tom Mintz can do more. Just testing the waters. 30 seconds left on the clock. This is really where Tom could turn up the wick and show us something we haven't seen. Like that. Look at the huge air getting on the side. Has to kind of settle it down a little bit. Another huge air assault off the cars. With 10 seconds left, Tom Mintz goes for his last resort. A little cross thread. He is crossing the entire field. Little nice save. And that is time right there. This last hit will count. Cross-threading the entire field. Tom Mintz is going crazy. With a 10, a 9, and a 10, a 29, Tom Mintz will take the win here in freestyle and a double down. Tom Mintz, the victor here tonight. But you know, with all these trucks coming out here, man, you can definitely tell that they were giving it the best they got. Definitely some crazy competition we've seen here, and you see Tom Mintz saluting the fans here with Max D. Nicely done. I'll get down there in just a moment to interview Tom. Now I'm down here on the track here with Tom Mintz. Max D. Tom, you came out here. You won the wheelie competition. You got close in racing. Then you come out here and burned it down in freestyle and got the double down. How you feeling, brother?
All I can say is that truck's barely in one piece. We threw it down. Maximum destruction. This was all for you, Dayton, Ohio. Woo!
Couldn't have said it better myself. Tom Mintz and Max D.
As Max D gets the freestyle victory here on the T.Ray live stream. An epic event here in Dayton, Ohio. Thank you for everybody that watched, everybody that came out, all the guys in the back that threw it down, that got all the trucks ready for every single competition. A big shout out to Greg Richenbach and Crustacean, throwing it down all night long. Had great showings in the wheelie contest, the racing, and freestyle, as well as Jimmy Cretin and the Bounty Hunter. Threw it down in freestyle, had a really classic 05 championship run feel to him. But then at the end, it was Max D and Gravedigger really giving it to the fans here in freestyle, with Tom Mintz coming out the victor. Trent, what more could you ask for in an awesome Monster Jam event here in Dayton, Ohio?
I really couldn't ask for anything else, man. We got all we ever asked for. Wheelies, car crushings, huge air, some destruction, some crashes. Everyone wants to see a monster truck crash and be on fire. And that's something we got to see here tonight. You know, I really couldn't ask for anything else. But thank you guys for joining us here. We wish you all a happy evening. Thank you, and good night.